everyone, how's it going? So in this video, I want to share with you what I find when I Google Tesla crashes. So as expected, you will find all of Tesla crashes, fatal accidents, etc. NHTSA investigation, US agency probing, Tesla crashes, fatal Model 3 crashes, and we'll talk more about that crash in a little bit. Even popular Tesla Roadster indicate and has images of Tesla crashes. Interesting, right? Well, you probably will say, you Google Tesla crash, what do you expect? And that's true for the most part. And let's say if we just Google Tesla without crash or accident. Let's see what comes up from the search. Anything positive. Tesla / retail employee compensation, okay. Layoffs, so still negative stuff. Questioning $35,000 Model 3. Is it a brilliant move or not? Sell cars online. Is that a smart move? Closing down store. Still negative contents. Okay. Let's scroll down some more. Nothing too bad. But I don't see anything positive either. So, let's try a different car manufacturer and see what comes up when we actually search for, let's say, Mercedes-Benz crash. So we should expect some crash, fatal, accident, fatality. Oh, look, there's crashes as expected. Wait a minute. These are safety tests, crash, showing how safe Mercedes-Benz are. Interesting. So apparently nobody dies, or at least there's no fatal accident involving Mercedes-Benz ever, because I don't see them listed in any of these results. Okay, 2 deaths, that's because of the motorcycle. Mercedes driver still alive. Safety system. Everything looks perfect here with Mercedes-Benz. I guess nobody will ever die in the Mercedes-Benz, no matter how fast they're going. Interesting. Okay. Now let's go back to Tesla crashes. Let's look at the recent crash. And of course, it's on here, covered by media outlets. Very well-known prestige media outlets. Let's look at the Model 3 crash. So this involved a Model 3 a few days ago. It looks like it happened in Florida. A driver was driving on the main highway when a big rig pulled out into the highway, making a left turn. So here's an image, the aerial image that they're showing, and I'm gonna assume that Model 3 was cruising down. As you saw the 7 icon there. Let's go back and see if there's other media outlets that actually show the directions of which way the Model 3 was heading and the big rig was moving out of which intersection there. I believe the big rig was coming from the left, pulling to the left, opposite way of the highway, while the Model 3 was cruising down south. Okay, so here's the same image. The direction of the Model 3, as you see, is heading south there, at least on the map. And that's highway speed when the truck, that big rig, is pulling out, making that left turn. So the Model 3 was cruising at highway speed. Oh, interesting. It went right through the undercarriage of the cargo of that big rig. Okay, well, that's expected to be fatal because essentially I believe this happened a year or a year and a half ago with a Model S driver. You basically get decapitated. I mean, not just Tesla, any vehicle, if that happens, you're a goner. There's no vehicle that will be able to withstand that just from the top section of the roof. Now, the driver probably should have been paying attention even if they were on autopilot, because autopilot, if you accept to use it, is still in beta mode, and you basically consented to any incident happening not being Tesla's fault. People don't realize that, and you still have to pay attention, being alert while using autopilot and having your hand on the steering wheel. This driver either was not paying attention or was probably doing something else in the vehicle while either they're on autopilot, because to not see a big rig pull out in front of you is questionable. Now, many people might say, well, Tesla should have recognized the big rig. Well, it's still in beta, like I said. So here's another incident of a Model S crash happening a week ago. Looks like a Model S 2016. And this driver was in the local street. Wonder why the Model S caught on fire. Oh, look, here at the bottom of the coverage, he was traveling 75 to 90 miles per hour. I've driven in the US for a while, and speed limit at most would be 55 in local street, at most. Going anywhere higher than 65 miles per hour, for any vehicle, ICE vehicle, it could be a Volvo, Mercedes-Benz, it could be one of the safest vehicles out there. You're not going to survive going between 75 and 90 miles per hour and hitting an object. It's just never been heard of before. For Tesla to catch up in flames, that's expected in any internal combustion engine. So is it fair for the media to cover is the question here. Do you all think that when you talk about Tesla crashes, you think about fire, correct? Fatal accident. Why? Because the media only covers that. Every single fatal accident with a Tesla is covered in the media. If you haven't noticed that, you probably need to read up on the news more often or pay attention to what's being talked about around you, because that's been the case since the first accident of a Tesla. Every single Tesla that caused a fatal accident has been on the news. Even non-fatal accidents make it to the news. You don't hear that with other car manufacturers. Now, for example, you'll hear that with Mercedes-Benz as we Google. There was really no fatal accident mentioned in the search results. Now, that's probably not true, because when you Google stats for crashes that involve a SUV vehicle, specifically Mercedes-Benz, there are fatal accidents. There's actually a good number of fatal accidents, mainly due to similar situation, high speed, hitting big rig, going through undercarriage. Actually, I haven't heard that before, but there's actually a good number of incidents. They're just not covered in the same way. You don't see the subtitle, Mercedes-Benz, high-speed crash, fatal, driver died because of fire. Usually that's not the case. It's usually major accident, fatal crash, delay due to traffic, please use alternative route. They don't really spell out what the accident happened and with which car manufacturer, specifically the make and model. That's usually not the case. Just put down in the comments what your thoughts are. Is the media coverage being fair, or is it that they're doing it for their own benefit to get more views, more clicks, because Tesla is one of the popular cars today, or is it somebody paying them? Big oil paying media to cover negative news on Tesla outlet? I don't know, but it gets quite annoying at some part, and I might be a little biased because we do have Tesla, but I'm pretty fair with my understanding of how things are covered versus how things are not covered. So people don't know what they don't know, right? So with that said, just think about it. Do you trust the media?